Shalawam Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, Kakwadash, the Buanas to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalawam to like out there doing this work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. All right, and as you can see on the screen, I want to do a brief lesson, just discussing adaptogenic herbs. All right, and as you can see, the root word adaptogenic is adapt. So adaptogenic herbs basically helps the body to acclimate to certain levels, if you will, or to adapt to certain things within the environment. Like say for instance, the best way to explain it is they help the body to cope with different levels of stress. That's the basic definition of adaptogenic herbs. They help the body to cope with different levels of stress. Now, say for instance, the adaptogenic herbs, they primarily deal with the kidneys, the adrenal glands and the kidneys. Right now, as you can see, these are the adrenal glands. I wish I should have got a better picture. Well, this is a decent one. Hold on. But it just shows you one. But the adrenal glands, it's supposed to be another one right here, but they're just showing you what it looks like right here. But the adrenal gland sits on top of the kidneys. And the adrenal glands are known as the master gland for the kidneys, all right? And the adrenal glands also produce over 50 different steroidal properties within the body. So the body has natural steroids that are within it, that Esau ultimately manipulates with their crap, like they shoot up cortisol into you and different things like this. When the body produces a lot of these various steroids within the body. So you can see another better picture of the adrenal glands. Now as you can see the outside, the cortex, the inside, the medulla of the adrenal glands. So what the adrenal glands do, they are responsible for what's known as the fight or flight mode. So when the body comes under a heavy amount of stress, the adrenal glands will send signals throughout the body in different steroidal properties to let you know, like, yo, should you stay and fight, or is this a heightened situation to where you need to haul ass? So that's what it deals with. Also, as well as if you're a person that suffers from high blood pressure or low blood pressure, these adaptogenic herbs can help to balance that out. So if you're suffering from high blood pressure, the adaptogenic herbs have the ability to bring it down to a normal level. And if you're suffering from lower blood pressure, the adaptogenic herbs can help to bring it to balance, to the perfect balance, because the blood pressure is supposed to be 120/60 to 120/70. That's the normal range for blood pressure. Okay, so just touching on some of these herbs. I want to get into these main four herbs here: Gotu-kola, Foti root, Siberian ginseng, or otherwise known as Eleutherococcus, and Sandra berries, which is known as five berries. All right, and as we all know, brothers should be very familiar with Gotu-kola, with elephants chew on. That's why they say elephants never forget. These other ones here, I just wrote down. I'm not going to get into all of these, but brothers can look them up for yourselves. Bacopa, cordyceps, which is a mushroom, Asian ginseng, holy basil, milk thistle, which really mainly pertains to the liver, but also adaptogenic ashwagandha. It's more of a female one, but it's very great for males as well, so you can still take it. Rhodiola, ginseng, and rosemary, which is known as, for mental clarity, stimulate the mind, and stuff like that. And Bacopa and Gotu-kola, they're cousin herbs, if you will. They belong to the same family, But I want to really speak on, like I said, these four, and it's just an image from, these different powders that I mixed together and made a formula out of, and that, and I encapsulated myself in, take some throughout the days and different stuff like that, So as far as gotu kola, as I said, brothers that it's good for memory and stuff like this. It helps for meditation. You know what I'm saying? And they say that it helps to balance out the left and the right parts of the brain, or they call them hemispheres. They help to balance out the right and the left hemispheres of the brain. It's great for the immune system, very, very great for the immune system, circulation, help to promote good sleep, different things like that. And they also as well help to cleanse and strengthen the adrenal glands, because it plays on other glands within the brain as well, because gotu kola is also a memory enhancing herb. So with memory enhancement, it's going to deal with different glands throughout the brain as well, So it helps to balance that all out and to strengthen the adrenal glands. And as I said, the adrenal glands is considered the master gland for the kidneys. You can't have strong kidneys if your adrenal glands are not strong. As well as the adrenal glands, they deal with sugar metabolism as it pertains to the pancreas. So for brothers that may suffer from diabetes, or you're pre-diabetic, the adrenal glands can be a big factor within that. There can be different reasons for you having diabetes, but one of the proper things, as we know, is sugar metabolism, and you have to strengthen the adrenal glands in order to metabolize your sugars better, because this is where it starts with the adrenal glands as far as that. All right. Another thing is gotu kola is really rejuvenating, as I said, but it doesn't give you like an effect like you just drunk some coffee or something like that. All these adaptogenic herbs, they help to give you energy, but it's not like you're on a coffee high and then you crash or anything like that. It's nothing like that. It's completely natural. It doesn't have you wired. Now, if you're looking for something with a caffeine effect, it's an herb called let me write it down real quick, but this is separate. But it's an herb called guarana. Now, this herb has more of a caffeine-like effect. If you really want like a big jolt of energy, it'll give you a nice jolt. That's more like caffeine-ish like, and I really don't mess with it too heavy. But that's just another side note for brothers to know. If you want to look up that herb, guarana. All right, so and gotu kola is also very detoxifying to the entire body, and it's great for circulation as well. And for a better enhanced memory and different things like that. You need herbs that have a great circulation. So this will be good to couple with, if you just want to use this by itself. It will be good to couple it with some cayenne pepper, or just take a dash of cayenne pepper on the tongue or something like that. Of course, it has to be the actual herb one and not the one that comes out of the cabinet. It has to be at least 90,000 heating units, because we know the cayenne pepper, it enhances each herb that is coupled with, so that'd be real good for that as far as circulation through the brain, and also getting into the central nervous system, as far as aiding that and cleansing the blood. All right. And nextly, Foti root, which is known as the anti-aging herb. Okay. They have some folklore or whatever. It may be true to a certain degree, but not wholeheartedly, as far as some Chinese man living 256 years old. But they said his hair never grayed, and he looked it fairly young. Of course, I don't believe this motherfucker was no 250 something years old, but nonetheless, Foti root is known as the anti-aging herb. And it's great for the kidney, for the nerves, and for the adrenal glands. But it's known as an alkaloid. So with alkaloids, they can, if you're taking them too much, they can be damaging to the liver and to the system in general. But I just say that just for brothers to know the information, but it's nothing to be scared about taking Foti root. You know, that's why what we mixing them in a formula with these different herbs here, you know, so that it's not just this and you just taking high doses of alkaloids, okay? So as I was saying, 40 root, you know, it helps to stimulate the adrenal gland, detoxify the body just as well too, and it's very, very great for the kidneys, and it gives the kidneys a big boost that helps to drain inflammation from the lymph nodes and stuff like that, and any you know, any excess inflammation within the body. It helps to clear that within the body as well. And 40 root, they say it makes your hair get blacker or something like that, or get darker. It doesn't. It just helps you to maintain the same color hair that you was. Like if you know, some people's hair may turn different colors, or you know, your hair may be starting to turn gray. Well, it helps to delay the aging process of that hair turning gray. You know, and it may give it a slight, it may give it a slight darker tint, you know, but it doesn't really change the color of the hair. Okay. Also, as far as, yeah, that's pretty much as far as that. The you know, it's real good for the liver too. But like I said, with the alkaloids, you know, taking too much of it, you know, it can be a hindrance upon the liver. All right, and it's good also as far as you know, blood pressure and stuff like that. And next is Siberian ginseng. Actually, this herb actually is a hybrid herb, but you know, hey, I still use some hybrid herbs here and there. You know, don't completely be perfect with it, but you know, with anything that we do, you know, we strive for perfection. But Siberian ginseng, this was known. I forget the time period, but you had Russians during Olympic trials. They were taking Siberian ginseng, and they noticed a great enhancement, you know, in endurance, strength, and everything using Siberian ginseng. So this is really good for, you know, just athletic performance and increasing energy. Of course, there's other benefits with it as well, but that's mainly what Siberian ginseng is used for. You know, also stimulating the central nervous system, the sex glands, so on and so forth. You know, so the next one is zanderberry, which is known as five berries, because it I forget what the five different things is, but it deals with the different sustainabilities of the body, stress, happy, you know, the different different adaptabilities and the different moods of the body. Also, damn, Slack, I'm forgetting it. No, it's the five. They say the five flavors, something like that. Sweet, sour, pungent. It's, you know, all of that, the Moab stuff, the Moab way that they break it down. It has five different functions that it serves as far as it being an adaptogenic herb, but they apply it to certain characteristics of food flavors of food taste: spicy, pungent, sour, sweet, so on and so forth. And you know, it's a good little thing how they break it down. I just never looked into it too thoroughly as far as the Zanderberry, but this Zanderberry, you know, it helps with adrenal fatigue, and like I said, with low blood pressure, a lot of the times you're dealing with adrenal fatigue, and as well as the kidneys as well. And you know, just sometimes, just when you're just completely out of it and stuff like that, you need a boost from your adrenal glands, and that's what Zanderberry will help with. And a lot of times, you know, I've taken Zanderberry just by itself, and I know it's a great boost of energy of taking just 2 tablets of that. You know, it also lowers inflammation, helps the liver, and different stuff like that. You know, yeah, pretty much that's yeah, pretty much about it. As far as that, but altogether, you know, I mix this formula together, and I usually just take like anywhere between 2, sometimes 4 tablets a day, but I only take 2 at a time. And it definitely helps me to get throughout the day. You know, if I'm feeling real sluggish and different things like that, you know, and also as, you know, cleansing and aiding the body. And like I said, these are other adaptogenic herb. Holy basil, that's another really, really great herb as far as adaptogens are concerned. All of these are, you know. But like I said, I just wanted to touch on those 4 herbs. Bacopa, that's another definite one that you would want to get. And it's a company, it's an Elamite company called Himalayan something. You could look them up and like Himalayan Bacopa or something like that. I forget the actual name of the company, but I know it's something like Himalaya in it. And they have a really, really good brand of Bacopa here, which also helps. As far as the other ones, you know, you could just get them from like your local vitamin shop or something like that. But you would just have to be checking, you know, the back on to make sure that they don't have a whole bunch of extra ingredients within it actually tainting the product. Or, you know, you can buy them, you know, in bulk in powder form from various platforms like Amazon, eBay, and stuff like that, and just mix the formulas together. Um, with certain things, you know, I mix them to certain ratios, but with this, you can pretty much use equal portions with this, you know. So if you want to use like a point 0.5 or a whole ounce of each and mix them all together, you know what I'm saying? That's perfectly fine. But you have to mix them very thoroughly. So really, I suggest that you just mix, you know, like a point 0.5 or a point 0.2 of an ounce of each together and just mix them up just real thoroughly. You know, you don't have to really go like 1/4 of this or, you know what I mean, like this, because all these herbs are pretty much safe, and the fulti root, the alkaloids, pretty much get canceled out with all these other herbs added to it, which makes it much safer to take in higher dosages. All right, so you know, this, like I said, it's just a quick, you know, video on the adrenal herbs, you know, and for the adrenal glands, and explaining that briefly. You know, if brothers got any questions, of course, you know what I'm saying, you know, just hit the comment board up, or if any other information, or you want me to go over something or more in depth about it, you know what I'm saying, let me know. Lord willing, I'll get to it. So, you know, with that, you know, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Ba'ashim YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash, the Oneness, the apostles, and others of Great Millstone, and Shalawam to elect out there, doing this work of faith and labor of love, true sincerity. Shalawam.